Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to work with some of these thrift store tarnished silver plated platters. Maybe you have some of these hiding in your china closet that you haven't used in years, or maybe you found them at a garage sale, or maybe you're like me and every time I see them at a thrift store for under $5, I have to rescue them. But anyways, there's so many different things that you can do with them, and I just want to show you that today. The first thing I want to show you, I shared this video this morning, and some of these silver platters are magnetic. So this morning I showed how you can take these beautiful vintage metal buttons, clip the shanks off, and create some gorgeous little magnets. This is a Christmas tree that I made. I made a video about this piece in December of 2020, and that's the video I shared this morning. But I believe I made this piece sometime in 2019. And I had another one. I guess I don't have it up anymore. But I've been obsessed with buttons for a very long time. And so that's one thing you can do. You can paint the center black and then use a stencil and some white chalk paste. This says, "While we were still sinners, Christ died for us." I don't believe this design is available anymore, but anyways, that's one thing that you can do that is super easy, is to just paint it. I like to use something like this, Waverly. No prep matte finish, no prep acrylic paint. All you have to do basically is clean it off, clean your silver piece off, and make sure it's dry. Okay, so today we're going to be playing with these two trays. And this was something else. The trays that live at my house keep getting reimagined and reused year after year. I just keep always changing them. And these are so easy. You just wash whatever chalk paste you might have on there off, do one new coat of paint, and you're good to go. But this one I want to tell you about though, because I forgot when I was painting this that it has all of these intricate, teeny tiny little holes. And I spent 20 minutes with this little stylus, I think is what this is called, poking the paint out of the holes, because that's a big part of the design. But anyway, so I painted this one in my favorite color, Waverly paint, which is called Plaster. And then I painted this one in white, in the Waverly white. And we're going to make two elevated trays that I think would be really pretty in a bathroom with some of your beauty supplies on them, or a candle. They'd be pretty sitting on a coffee table with a candle arrangement, or maybe some seasonal flowers or something. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. First thing I did with both of these after they were dry is I took them outside and I gave them one quick coat of clear matte sealer spray. That helps with getting a somewhat crisper stencil impression and not pulling the paint off of the platter. For this one, I'm going to use this beautiful stencil that says, "Perhaps you were created for such a time as this," Esther 414, but we're only going to do the flowers, and we're going to just put that in the center of the tray. And we're going to use black chalk paste, and then we are going to distress the piece a little bit using this and some black Waverly paint. And then we'll move on to the next one. And we'll let this dry for a little bit, and then we'll do our legs. Just rubbing it just a little bit. And you know what? I want to get a Sharpie or some kind of a marker Where are my Sharpies when you need them? Here's one. And I want to sort of sketch where the center of this stencil is so that I can put it on. Okay, this is not going to affect my stencil in any way. It's just going to show me where is the center of this part, the flowers, which I've been using just the flowers a lot lately. And one thing that I really need to do is I need to make sure that I don't stencil the Bible verse. We're just doing the flowers. So sometimes you have to remind yourself. I'm just going to take a teeny little piece of masking tape. How's everyone doing? And I'm going to put it over the Esther, just so I don't get carried away and forget. And I'm going to hope that this is roughly the center. If not, I'm going to say it's just a creative interpretation. So I'm using black chalk paste. And if I want it to be on there for sure, for certain, forever, I could spray this again with another 1 or 2 coats of clear matte sealer spray when it's dry. And then it's not going to come off. But the thing is, I know I'll want to change it, so I probably won't spray it. It's going to stay on there. The chalk paste is going to stay on the piece until I physically wash it off. But if I was planning to use this with food or something, I probably would spray it and make it completely permanent. Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I did not realize I was completely out of the camera range. I am just applying this chalk paste with a little squeegee. I'm going to get it on. I'm looking to see if I have any big globs that I need to deal with. Not too bad. And I'm going to gently pull it off. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty! So pretty. Okay, I'm going to throw this over here in my tub of water to soak until I can get home and get it into the kitchen to be washed. Okay, so what I was thinking is we would just do a little bit of distressing around the edge with black, since this one is kind of a black and cream theme. I need to close my chalk paste. And I could actually just use this black chalk paste. Let's do that. For this one, anyways. So this is a scrubby kitchen sponge from the grocery store. And I'm going to take a little blob of it and of this chalk paste and put it here on a paper plate. And then I'm just going to tap the scrubby part of my sponge into this black chalk paste and tap it off good so it's not super heavy. And then I'm just going to run it Oh, that's so pretty. I want this to be on forever permanent. I was thinking about putting this one in my bathroom upstairs and putting like perfume and some stuff like that on it. Let me show you what it's looking like right now. Can you see the edges? Just a little bit more. Oh gosh, this is so pretty. So pretty. So let me set it aside so it can dry, and then we will come back and add the legs. And I want to tell you all about that. All right, so this one, this cream one, it was this plaster colored paint that perhaps you were created for such a time as this stencil and some black chalk paste. And then I used a kitchen scrubby to go around the edge with the black chalk paste. And now let's work on this one. We're going to do something kind of similar. And these platters that have this interesting edge look great, distressed. Okay, and with this one, I was thinking that I might use one of these beautiful transfers from Magnolia in the center. I think that would be really pretty. Just cut off this. Okay, so to use these, what you're going to want to do is there's going to be the plastic on the outside and then a back sheet that you're going to pull off. Can you see that? And your image is on this. You don't want to touch it if possible. You want it to be straight. Okay, it's starting to stick, so we're going to say that's good. Okay, so this is what a transfer actually is. It's an image that's on a piece of clear plastic that you transfer from the clear plastic to your project. A lot of people call stencils transfers, but stencils are something that you push the medium through the fine mesh holes and then you get a design that way. This is an actual transfer, and this is one of the new ones at magnoliadiy.com. They can go on just about anything. This is a new little tool. It comes a set of 3. And it's so much better than trying to use a popsicle stick or, you know, a wood craft stick to get your transfer to go onto your project. Okay, so I'm going to just rub, and then I'm going to start peeking in a corner. Put my glasses on. So tell me in the comments, have you tried the new Magnolia transfers yet? And if you have, what did you think? They are super easy to use, so don't be intimidated. I know some people feel a little intimidated to use them. Okay, so I have the corner, and I'm going to just keep on burnishing. where it still feels like it's attached to this clear plastic sheet, you want to keep rubbing. This is such a pretty transfer. If you don't have a thrift store, like Goodwill or something, near you that you might be able to find some of these tarnished silver platters, start asking around, because a lot of people, I had some buried in the bottom of my china closet that were my mom or dad's. I don't remember who they belonged to. And they were completely in terrible shape, but they work great for this kind of a project once you paint them. So ask around, ask your BFF, your next door neighbor, if anyone has any of those tarnished silver platters that they would give you to craft with. And I bet you'll find that there'll be plenty of people who will be glad to pass it on to you. I mean, it's so much better to do a craft with it than to have it go into a landfill. I hate that. Almost there. Ha-ha! Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I wondered how that would look. Look how pretty it is. So, I will definitely do, I'll spray it with clear matte sealer spray after it's dry. And I will, I may use Mod Podge or something over the top. Okay, I'm going to use paint for this distressing. And this is Waverly black paint. We don't need much. And use the other piece of little kitchen scrubby sponge. You could use the whole sponge if you want, but I think it's easier to work with these if they're small. And I just want to kind of go over this raised part and see what it grabs. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. This is maybe too pretty to put anything on, because I was thinking of using it more like an elevated surface, but it's gorgeous. We're going to talk about legs next, so stay with me. And when I'm all finished, I will, if anyone wants to look at the stencil that we used on the other piece, or the chalk paste, or you want to look at any of the transfers that Magnolia has, and they have some beautiful ones, I will get links ready to go. Sometimes I get so tickled by how things are turning out that I wasn't sure what it would even look like. And I may, I'm going to do this handle and I may just let this dry and then look at it to see if I think it needs more. Okay. Oh my gosh. Is that rude for me to be admiring my own work so much? Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's talk about legs for a minute. You can make legs out of just about anything. I bought some at Target last year at Christmas in the front of the store where they have the dollar spot. I bought some wood ornaments that are the shape of a Christmas bulb that would work for great feet. I couldn't find those today. But you can get a lot of different things at Hobby Lobby in their little wood section. This was a bag of 8 min, and I just painted them with the white to match that. These are candle holders. They're the same brand, Wood Pile from Hobby Lobby. They're little candle holders, and these will make a great foot too. So let's go for it. This is probably dry. I'm going to get my heating device out real quick and just make sure that I don't wreck this beautiful design. And I'm also going to put my plates full of chalk paste and ink off to the side. All right, and I think I will probably come back later. I'm going to use this. And I think I will come back later and add a little bit more black edging, distressing around the edges. I might try to do a little bit on this cutout area too, but let's flip it over. It really does not matter where we put our legs. I want them to, and I'm going to get some of those little felt pad things to put on the bottom of these. I just want them kind of in a square Okay, so when you're using something to make feet, you want to use both a super heavy duty glue like E6000 and some hot glue. The hot glue gets the quick adhesion. This E6000 keeps it there. And I have done several pieces, they were wood, but several pieces where I just used hot glue, and if the legs got knocked, they would come right off. So you don't want that. Okay. All right. So you want to use both a heavy duty glue. There's a lot of different brands. It doesn't have to be E6000. And use some hot glue. You can just put it all in one big lump. And I think I will mess around with a little bit of distressing on these legs too. Tell me what you guys think. Would you be inclined to do this kind of a project? Would this be something that would appeal to you? I mean, it could just be so pretty on your bathroom counter. You could put a little dish with jewelry in it. You could put a candle. You could put your perfume or makeup or lotion or anything like that just on top of it. It would also be pretty sitting out on a coffee table, I think. These don't have to be perfectly spaced. Just get a wipe here. I have E6000 on my hands now. It is just lovely. And this was, I don't even remember how much this tarnished silver platter was, probably under $5. And then I have just a little bit, another $1 or $2 of other supplies with it. And I have this beautiful little tray with feet. And I think I will come back when I'm not live and add a little more distressing with the scrubby sponge to the front and also distress the legs. Okay, the legs we're using for this next piece are actually in the shape of a man. And I just painted these the same white to go with this. I'm going to just make sure that my paint is dry. You don't want to use, I don't think you want to use heat on a transfer. I love, let's just unplug this black and cream and black and white look. It's just totally classic. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. And I'm going to use my legs this way. And then I will get some of those little felt pads to put on the bottom of these when they're all dry. And I think I also will distress these with some paint when everything's dry. So I'll do that off camera. So there's a blob of E6000 and some hot glue. And then I probably will spray the whole project with clear matte sealer spray, or I could use Mod Podge, but I'll spray it first. If you are the measuring type, you could totally measure it. What do you guys think? Do you like this project? You can make an elevated tray out of just about any kind of a plate, a platter, you know. Where is my lid? Well, I will find it after. You can also use wine corks or champagne corks as feeder legs. There are a ton of little squares, all kinds of wood beads and things like that can be turned into legs easily. Look how pretty. Let me see what you guys are saying. Lisa says she's definitely going to try this. It's beautiful. Well, if you liked this project, these projects, do with this or this, but this is better for some reason. That's a heart. I can't figure out where I am today. There, that's a heart. Or say something to me in the comments, and feel free to sprinkle if you liked it. As usual, I will get everything finished up. We could play with the legs. Let's play with the legs for this for just a second. But I'll get everything finished up, and I'll get pictures, and I'll put them here in these comments. I'll also put them separately just on DiyDreaming. If you want my complete supply list, where I'll list what all the paint colors are, and where do you get them, what are the leg pieces, and I'll look for the little box that has, or the little bag that has these feet. If you want any of that information, just say supplies or recipe or something like that. Okay, let's use the paint. I think it'll work a little bit better. But I will come back and finish up on that. So tell me what you think. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me know if you want the supply or recipe list. And I hope you enjoyed this idea. If you didn't get to see this video yet, where I talk about all the different things that can create a magnetic field, and I talk about using these vintage buttons and also using the mother of pearl ones. Just scroll back in my feed just a little bit, or let me know and I'll get you a link to that video. You can just say video and I'll get you a direct link to it, just to make it super easy. Okay, well, you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.